Hello students, this is our 11th chapter, Enhancement of Food Production. In this part of the video, we will study about single cell protein SCP. By 2050, the world would need to produce 1250 million tons of meat and dairy products per year. To meet global demand for animal derived protein at current consumption levels, what it is saying that by 1250 we people we will need 1250 million tons of meat and dairy products per year, and to meet this demand at a current consumption level. However, growing demand for protein will not be met sustainably by increasing meat and dairy production because of the low efficiency of converting feed to meat and dairy products. Growing demand for protein will not be met sustainably by increasing meat and dairy production because of the low efficiency of converting feed to meat and dairy products. Then, moreover, human population in underdeveloped and even in the developing countries is suffering from protein malnutrition. जो हमारी ह्यूमन पॉपुलेशन है इन डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज़ और अंडर डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज़, they all are suffering from protein malnutrition, resulting into variety of nutritional diseases. And because of this, one is facing many nutritional diseases. To fight with this, protein needs, efforts are undertaken by conventional methods to increase the food yield by different method of crops improvement. What efforts are taking? First, to increase the food yield. How the food yield will be increased, how the production of food will be increased? By different methods of crop improvement, use of fertilizers, biopesticides, chemical fertilizers, and high yielding varieties, that is green revolution. The efforts in other direction are also undertaken in non-conventional way. One such way is production of SCP. SCP is single cell protein. Importance of SCP was realized during World War I, and this important of this SCP that is single cell protein was realized during World War I. Single cell protein refer to the crude or a refined edible protein extracted from pure microbial cultures or from dead or dried cell biomass. This single cell protein is referred to the crude or a refined edible protein extracted from pure microbial cultures or from dead or dried cell biomass. Microorganisms like algae, fungi, yeast, and bacteria. Algae, fungi, yeast, and bacteria have a very high protein content in their biomass. Because of this, these microbes can be grown using inexpensive substrates like agricultural waste. wood shaving, sawdust, corn cobs, paraffin, and alkanes, sugarcane, molasses, even human and animal waste. These microbes can be grown very cheaply on this all things. The microorganism utilize the carbon and nitrogen present in this material. जो microorganism है हमारे, they utilize the carbon and nitrogen present in this material. क्या यूटिलाइज करते वो लोग? कार्बन और नाइट्रोजन को. And then by utilizing carbon and nitrogen, they convert them into high quality protein, and then it is convert them into high quality protein that can be used as a supplement in both human and animal field. What they does, they utilize this carbon and nitrogen which are present in this material, and then they convert that carbon and nitrogen into high quality protein, and that high quality protein can be utilized as a supplement in both human and animal feed. Beside proteins, SCP is also rich in vitamin. SCP is single cell protein. This SCP is also rich in vitamins, vitamin B complex, minerals, and fats. The single cell protein can be readily used as fodder for achieving fatting of calves, pig, in breeding fish, and even in poultry and cattle farming. This single cell protein, what they are used as a fodder. Fodder means as food for feeding and for achieving fattening. Fattening means fat of calves और pigs जो होते हैं उनमें fattening के लिए ये as a fodder ये लोग यूज़ करते हैं SCP को. And also in breeding fish, they were also used as a fodder for fish, even in poultry and cattle farming. The microorganism used for the production of SCP are as follows. First है fungi. Fungi में Aspergillus niger, Trichoderma viride. Yeast is Saccharomyces cerevisiae, and second है Candida utilis. Algae में Spirulina SPP, and second है Cholera paranoidosa. Bacteria में Methallophilus methallotrophus, second है Bacillus megastereum. ये सारे नेम्स यू हैव टू रिमेंबर बिकॉज SCP के प्रोडक्शन में दिस ऑल माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म आर यूज्ड. फर्स्ट इज फंगाई, yeast, algae and bacteria. Then what is the advantages of SCP? First advantage है microorganism have a high rate of multiplication. Microorganism बहुत जल्दी multiply होते हैं. That means a large quantity of biomass can be produced in a comparatively short duration. Microorganisms have a high rate of multiplication. Because of this, large quantity of biomass can be produced in a comparatively short duration. This is the first advantage. Second advantage है the microbe can be easily genetically modified to vary the amino acid composition. They have a high protein content, that is 43% to 85%. These are the basic. ये है second. Third is a broad variety of raw material including waste material can be used as a substrate for SCP. एक broad variety of raw material including waste material also. Waste material is also a raw material and it can be used as a substrate. Substrate means as a substitute for SCP. This helps in decreasing the number of pollutant. This is the third advantage. Fourth is SCP serve as a good source of vitamin, amino acid, mineral, crude fibers, etc. So these are the 4 advantages of single cell protein. Here we complete our single cell protein. Moving to the next topic. Next topic है हमारा biofortification. Okay. Biofortification means what? It is a method in which crops are bred, that is produced, for having higher level of vitamins, mineral and fat, that is better nutritive value. Biofortification is a method in which crops are bred. Bred means what? They are produced for having higher level of vitamins, minerals and fat, that is better nutritive value. Due to this, problem of malnutrition can be overcome. Because we are producing a higher level of vitamin, mineral and fat plants, crops, and because of this higher level of nutritive plants, malnutrition can be overcome. Following objectives were considered for the breeding program. First objective है protein content and quality. It is improved. protein content और quality improve हो जाती है. Oil content and quality. Third है vitamin content. Fourth is micronutrient content and quality. So these 4 things are the objectives were considered for breeding program. Okay, ये हो गया हमारा biofortification. Then biofortification can be achieved through conventional selective breeding practices and also through rDNA technology. Biofortification can be achieved through conventional selective breeding practices. This is one practice and the other practice is rDNA technology. This is important for NEET and for your answers also. If you will write a note on biofortification, you have to write this, that how it is achieved. It focuses on making plant food more nutritive as plants grow or develop. And it focuses on making plant food more nutritive as plants grow or develop. Some examples of biofortification. First है fortified maize having twice the amount of amino acid lysine and tryptophan. Lysine and tryptophan is 2 types of amino acid. Wheat में Atlas 66. Wheat में type है Atlas 66. Has a high protein content And iron में fortified rice has 5 times more iron are developed. ये हो गया सेकेंड एग्जाम्पल. थर्ड एग्जाम्पल है वेजिटेबल क्रॉप्स लाइक कैरेट एंड स्पिनाच हैव मोर विटामिन ए एंड मिनरल्स. दिस इज थर्ड टाइप. Fourth is vitamin C enriched bitter gourd tomato have been developed by IARI. Bitter gourd tomato and that is vitamin C enriched and it is developed by IARI. These are some examples of biofortification. Moving to the next slide. Now we will start a new topic, that is animal husbandry. Animal husbandry is an agricultural practice of breeding and raising livestock. Agriculture में these animals are breeded and then a new animal or their offspring are produced by breeding. It is not only a skill of farmers but also is as much a science as it is an art. It is not only a skill of farmer but also it is as much as science as it is an art. Animal husbandry deals with care and breeding of livestock. केयर भी करना पड़ता है एनिमल्स की और उनकी जो ब्रीड कराने में उनकी हेल्प भी करना पड़ता है. एग्जाम्पल्स है बफेलो, काउ, pigs, horses, cattle, sheep, camels, goats, etc. which are useful to humans. Animal husbandry का main function क्या है? Why we are doing their breeding? Because they are useful to humans. Okay. It also include poultry farming, fish farming, beekeeping, sericulture, lag culture, etc. Animals like honeybees, silkworm, prawns, crabs, birds, fishes, pigs, cattle, sheep and camels have been used by humans for the products like milk, egg, meat, wool, honey, silk, etc. We get milk from sheep and cows and cattle, egg from hens, then meat from cows, cattle, camels, prawns, crabs, fishes, wool from sheep, honey from bees, silk from silkworm. So here it is written that these animals are used for human for many products. Clear with this? Then moving to the next slide. During the conventional practice of animal breeding, just taking care is not enough to give maximum yield. सिर्फ उनका केयर करने से ही वो लोग मैक्सिमम रिजल्ट नहीं देंगे हमें. Although India and China have 70% of world livestock population, surprisingly the productivity serves only 25% of the world farm produce. Although India and China have 70% of world livestock population, but only 25% of population is being served from world farm produce. This is a very surprise thing. Okay, so professional approach is needed to boost the production. Professional approach, कोई ऐसे लोगों से पूछना पड़ता है जो लोग इसमें एक्सपर्ट हो. जैसे हम लोग डॉक्टर्स के पास जाते हैं फॉर आवर हेल्थ, टीचर्स के पास जाते हैं विद द क्वेरीज, लॉयर्स के पास जाते हैं विद द केस, पुलिस के पास जाते हैं फॉर प्रोटेक्शन. वैसे ही यहाँ पे भी एक कोई प्रोफेशनल होगा जिससे हमें अप्रोच करना पड़ेगा ताकि वो हमें गाइड करे कि कैसे हम हमारे प्रोडक्शन को बूस्ट करें. इट रिक्वायर्स मैनेजमेंट प्रोसीजर्स, new technologies to be employed in various farm system to achieve improvement. For what? To achieve improvement in quality and productivity. Industrial principles of production, processing and marketing are to be employed. Clear with this, students? What is animal husbandry? Then coming to a new topic, that is management of farms and farm animal, how they are managed. Farm management start from selection of high yielding breed. From where it is started? From selecting, या फिर we can say selection of हाई यील्डिंग ब्रीड. कौन सी ब्रीड सबसे ज़्यादा रिज़ल्ट देती है, पहले उसे सिलेक्ट करना पड़ना है. देयर फूड रिक्वायरमेंट, वी हैव टू नो व्हाट दे ईट, वी हैव टू मीट देयर फूड रिक्वायरमेंट. जितना वो लोगों को खाना चाहिए उतना सफिशिएंट होना चाहिए. देन सप्लाई ऑफ एडिक्वेट न्यूट्रिशनल सोर्सेस, वी हैव टू गिव देम न्यूट्रिशनल सोर्सेस. अगर ये नहीं दिए तो जितने हाई यील्डिंग कर रहे हैं वो लोग, उसमें से तो आधे विथ भूख से ही मर जाएंगे. देन सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट है क्लीनलीनेस ऑफ इन्वायरमेंट एंड मेंटेनेंस ऑफ हेल्थ. इन्वायरमेंट का क्लीनलीनेस करना और हेल्थ मेंटेन करना इज़ वेरी इम्पॉर्टेंट. Then management of farm animal include veterinary supervision. We need veterinary doctors over there. Vaccination, time to time vaccination देना है. High yielding cross breed development. Production and preservation of products. Distribution and marketing. Production and preservation of what? Of products. Then distribution of and marketing. ये सारी चीज़ें भी करनी पड़ती है. Clear? Then क्यों अगर मार्केटिंग नहीं की और डिस्ट्रीब्यूट नहीं किए तो what is the use of making that product? If we take an example of milk, मिल्क कौन देता है? काव देता है. काव को देखभाल करने के लिए पहले तो वेटरनरी डॉक्टर का होना ज़रूरी है. काव को टाइम टू टाइम वैक्सीनेशन देना पड़ेगा. हाई यील्डिंग क्रॉस डेवलपमेंट, ब्रीड डेवलपमेंट होगा. फिर जो भी उसने प्रोडक्शन की है उसको प्रोडक्ट को प्रिजर्व करना भी हमारा काम है. मिल्क दिया है तो मिल्क को हमें प्रिजर्व करना है. फिर उसके बाद उसे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना है ऑल ओवर द प्लेसेस एंड देन उसकी मार्केटिंग करना है. क्योंकि अगर मार्केटिंग नहीं किया तो नो वन विल बाय इट. तो हियर वी कंप्लीट द मैनेजमेंट ऑफ फार्म्स एंड फार्म एनिमल. देन व्हाट इज़ एनिमल ब्रीडिंग? एनिमल ब्रीडिंग क्या है? अभी हम लोग ने एनिमल हस्बेंड्री पढ़ा. नाउ वी विल स्टडी अबाउट एनिमल ब्रीडिंग. Breeding of animal is an important aspect of animal husbandry. Animal breeding aims at increasing the yield of animals and improving the desirable qualities of the product. Animal breeding किस पे aim करती है? Aims at breeding the yield of animals. Animals के जो भी production है उसको बढ़ाओ और improve the desirable qualities of the product. फिर first is breeding. What is breeding? A group of animals related by descent and similar in most characters like general appearance, features, size, configuration, etc. are said to belong to a breed. ये लोग क्या है? एक breed के हैं. A group of animal related to a decent and similar, वो लोग सिमिलर है और एक दूसरे से एकदम डिसेंट है. इन मोस्ट ऑफ द कैरेक्टर्स. कैसे कैरेक्टर्स? उनका जनरल अपीयरेंस, अगर वो एक ब्लैक है तो दूसरा वाला भी ब्लैक है, या वो ह्यूज है काफ़ी तो दूसरा वाला भी ह्यूज है, या वो वाला स्मॉल है तो बाजू वाला भी स्मॉल है. Then their features, then their size, configuration, etc. And then they are said to belong to a breed. ऐसे लोगों को क्या बोलते हैं? कि ये लोग एक breed को belong करते हैं. Clear? Animal breeding is done for getting improved breeds with desirable qualities of product and to increase yield of animals. इतना clear हुआ? Why animal breeding is done? Desirable characters such as increased production of milk, quality of product, quality of meat, or maximum yield of eggs per year, etc. and are necessarily achieved through animal breeding. These things are achieved only through animal breeding only. Clear? Then breeding can be of two main types. पहला है inbreeding and second is outbreeding. Inbreeding में क्या होता है? It involves breeding of closely related individual for 4 to 6 generation. मतलब जो एक ऐसा ब्रीडिंग जहाँ पे वो लोग क्लोजली रिलेटेड हो. ओके, दे आर वेरी रिलेटेड टू ईच अदर. इनमें ब्रीडिंग हो रही है फॉर 4 to 6 जनरेशन. इन ब्रीडिंग इंक्रीजेस होमोजाइगोसिटी. मतलब जैसे पेरेंट है वैसी चाइल्डहुड. दिस इज होमोजाइगोसिटी. Inbreeding increases homozygosity. By inbreeding, pure line of animal can be obtained. Pure line of animal means single dominant animal, जैसे TT, WW, RR, कैपिटल में सारे. Pure line of animals are obtained क्योंकि homozygosity है. Inbreeding is helpful in the elimination of harmful recessive genes and for the accumulation of superior genes. This is clear? Inbreeding has the demerit that it usually reduces the fertility and productivity. क्या demerit है उसका? कि वो फर्टिलिटी और प्रोडक्टिविटी को रिड्यूस करता है डे बाय डे. ये है इनब्रीडिंग. सेकेंड है आउट ब्रीडिंग. आउट ब्रीडिंग में क्या होता है? इट इन्वॉल्व्स ब्रीडिंग ऑफ अनरिलेटेड एनिमल्स, दोज एनिमल्स विच आर नॉट रिलेटेड टू ईच अदर. द एनिमल मे बी ऑफ द सेम ब्रीड but having no common ancestors for 4 to 6 generation. ब्रीडिंग के लिए वो लोग सेम ब्रीड के हो गए पर 4 to 6 जनरेशन से उनके कॉमन एंसेस्टर्स नहीं हैं. पहला है उसमें आउट क्रॉसिंग इन्वॉल्व ब्रीडिंग बिटवीन द एनिमल ऑफ डिफरेंट स्पीशीज के बीच में अगर ब्रीडिंग होती है तो दैट टाइप ऑफ ब्रीडिंग इज कॉल्ड आउट क्रॉसिंग हेल्प्स टू रिमूव द इनब्रीडिंग डिप्रेशन। सेकेंड है क्रॉस ब्रीडिंग involve the breeding of superior male of one breed with superior female of another breed। एक मेल दूसरी फीमेल के साथ ब्रीड कर रहा है, बोथ आर सुपीरियर बट दे आर ऑफ डिफरेंट ब्रीड्स। बाय क्रॉस ब्रीडिंग न्यू एनिमल ब्रीड ऑफ डिज़ायरेबल कैरेक्टर्स आर प्रोड्यूस्ड। एक नया वैरायटी प्रोड्यूस होता है अगर इनके बीच में क्रॉस होता है तो। फॉर एग्जाम्पल हिसारडेली इज़ अ न्यू ब्रीड ऑफ शीप डेवलप फ्रॉम क्रॉसिंग ऑफ बिकानेरी ईव एंड मेरिनो रैम्स इन पंजाब। इन दोनों टाइप के शीप को जब क्रॉस किए तो न्यू वैरायटी ऑफ शीप प्रोड्यूस हुई। सो हियर वी completed our breeding, that is outbreeding, outcrossing and crossbreeding. We will complete this video here only. In the next video we will start with the next topic. So thank you students.